Guys, welcome back. I know I'm looking a little crazy today, but I'm in the midst of cooking dinner. My sisters and my cousin are coming over tonight. So I just thought I would come on here and show you what I'm making. I found this recipe on Google for a creamy lemon buttered chicken. So let's just get started. So first we're gonna start with the side. I'm making sweet potatoes. They do take about 45 minutes in the oven. So I just wanna get a head start on those. I washed them and then I covered them in olive oil. And then I just took a fork and I poked holes on both sides. Here are our sweet potatoes. I'm about to put these in the oven. I preheated the oven at 400 degrees. I'm about to bake these for about 45 minutes. If you do have tin foil, it is best to wrap these potatoes in tin foil. I do not, so I'm just gonna bake them as is. Next, we're gonna start with our veggies. I cut up some mushrooms and onions, and then in the pan I have a little bit of olive oil, so I'm just gonna add my veggies. Now that our onions are like see-through, everything's pretty much done. So we're just gonna put this to the side. We're gonna put this on a plate. Now you don't have to do this if you have more than one pan, but I only have one pan this size and I need this to cook the chicken on. So I'm gonna have to wash it real quick. Okay, so now that our vegetables are done, let's get started on our chicken. I already prepped mine, but I'll show you what I used to season. I started by adding some pink salt and some black pepper. And then to one side, and one side only just because we're making a sauce, so there's gonna be a lot of flavor. So I don't want it to be too salty. I try to, like I said before, I try to limit my salt intake. I use some of this barbecue just for some added flavor. I only put this on one side of the chicken. Then I added parsley flakes, and then I put this on the other side of the chicken. And since we're creating a sauce, once it all cooks together, you'll taste the flavors, you know, of course on both sides. But now to get our pan ready, I'm gonna add some olive oil. I'm gonna turn it on like a medium heat. And I'm gonna let this heat up a little bit before I add the chicken. Once it's warmed up a little bit, you wanna go ahead and add your chicken. So here's that barbecue seasoning on that side. You want to cook these for about 5 minutes on each side. You want to make sure that they get golden brown on both sides and that they're cooked all the way through. There's our chicken breast all done, nice and golden brown on both sides. So let's get into this sauce. I'm gonna start this sauce according to the instructions. Let me turn this music off. According to the instructions, it says to just use the same pan that we took the chicken out of. I'm going to start with some organic chicken broth. I like to use organic when I can, so that's what I got. It says to use 1 cup. I don't have a liquid measuring cup, so I'm just using a regular one, a dry cup. But I'm pretty good at you know, accommodating the measurement, so I'll do that if I need to. I'm gonna add just a little bit more. So use a liquid measuring cup if you have one. Now I'm gonna add about 3/4 of a lemon. You should use a whole one, but I used some in my drinking water earlier. So I'm gonna just squeeze this in here. I squeezed as much of that lemon in there as possible. I also made sure that I got all the seeds out. So now we're gonna add some garlic. If you have fresh garlic, add about 3 cloves. I do not, so I'm gonna add about 2 teaspoons. Or maybe 1.5. And then we're just gonna whisk it all together. I don't have a whisk, so I'm using a fork. We're gonna make it work in here. So it says to let this cook for about 10 minutes so that the chicken stock kind of cooks down a little bit. As that was simmering, our sweet potatoes got done, so I did take those out of the oven. Next, it says to add about 2 tablespoons of butter. I'm just not very good at measuring, y'all. I just freestyle, so this is how much I'm putting in. But I thought I would tell y'all the correct measurements. We're gonna add in about half a cup of heavy whipping cream. Y'all could probably hear my neighbors. But then we're just gonna whisk it all together. And this is what's gonna make it creamy. I'm left-handed. I should move the I should move the camera. Let's see if this works. I'm just gonna cook it like this until all the butter is melted and so everything is creamy. So now that the butter is melted, we're gonna go ahead and add the chicken back in here. I like to scoop up some of the sauce and just put it on top of the chicken. So it gets all of that flavor, that lemon, butter. We're gonna go ahead and add some dill on top. This really just makes it look nice. I mean, it has a little flavor, but then we're just gonna let that cook for about 1 minute. You guys, how I prepare my sweet potatoes. So I start by cutting them open, and then I kind of mash them up a little bit inside. And I take just a little bit of butter. Kind of like how I would do a regular potato, but I just add one secret ingredient. And then I'll add just a tiny bit of salt and pepper. Like, literally, that's it. Tiny, tiny bit. My secret ingredient for sweet potatoes is ground cinnamon. I like cinnamon in mine. Oh my gosh, this always happens to me. I have to take the top off. And there goes my sweet potatoes. Here's the finished result. This is what the chicken should look like. Looks amazing. Some veggies, sweet potatoes. Now let's plate everything. And there it is. I added some of this chopped kale on the bottom just to get some greens in because I really need more veggies in my diet right now. Yeah, and I added the mushrooms and onions on top just because I plan on eating it all together. You definitely can go without if you want to. I'm pretty sure it's good either way. I just added because I really need more vegetables. So let me know if you guys like these videos. I was thinking about doing new recipes on Instagram Live, but if you want me to keep uploading them here on YouTube, I will do so. So let me know. See you guys next time.